Hello and welcome to the UGA Ice Dawgs pregame show. I'm Ryan Baxter alongside Ren Grinsley. Ren, you were in the building last night for the 6-5 victory against Michigan State. Tell me a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, well, in last week's game against Florida, Kirby called the UGA football team the Cardiac Kids, and I think UGA Hockey is going along with the same script. As last night, if you missed it, was a great game, 6-5. Started out 5-1 with a second to go in the second period, and then Michigan State came back, made it 5-5 after scoring with 3 seconds to go in the game, and then UGA eventually went on to win 41 seconds into overtime. Just a phenomenal game.
So, as you said, absolutely incredible game. Michigan State has something to go for in this game. What do you expect going into this?
Yeah, well, for Michigan State, I think they realized that they can play aggressive and really make UGA uncomfortable. In that third period is when they started to get really aggressive and turn up the heat, and they ended up scoring a lot of goals in that third period. And for UGA, it's going to come down to playing all 3 quarters. They didn't score after the 9-minute mark in the second period, and they really have to do that if they want to win games later on in the season, including today.
Well, I'm excited to see what UGA can do against this Michigan State squad. We have Nick and Evan on the call. We'll see you guys at puck drop.
sounded like it.
Well, welcome into Akins Ford Arena. I'm Nick Erickson, and we got a doozy here today. Evan, tell me a little bit more about this Michigan State team. You were here last night. What were kind of the sights and sounds that you saw last night?
Yeah, this is going to be a really good hockey game. This is a great Michigan State team that can score in bunches. Michigan's a state of hockey. Minnesota, Michigan up north are states of hockey. So this is going to be a great Michigan State team and a great litmus test for Georgia. See where they're at compared to national powerhouses and national good universities. So it's going to be a great game. I'm excited to be here. Let's do this.
Yeah, we were kind of looking about the team comparisons before the game. They're very similar in records. And last night we obviously saw the scrappiness that Michigan State has, coming back late, forcing overtime, and then, of course, Watson scoring the game winner for Georgia to put it away. What does Georgia have to do today defensively to prevent those goals to come back?
They've had problems with turnovers in their own zone earlier in the year against Alabama that costed them a game against Alabama, lost 4-3 in overtime. So we'll see if they can prevent those turnovers, keep control of the puck, and keep the puck out of their own net.
Well, if you can't tell, we have the UGA alumni band here with us today. And here's opening draw, and it's won by Michigan State. Here they come off the right side. Georgia has it. They'll try to chip it up to the neutral zone, unable to. And it'll be an offside call and an early whistle.
It'll be interesting to see which team gets off to the better start, because this is the second game in less than 24 hours. So you got to see if there's some heavy legs, and we'll see which team can get the early goal and get off to a fast start.
And I think that's just one of the complicated things about college hockey is these guys are playing back-to-back games, and it can be very tiresome on their bodies and their legs, just like you said. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys bounce back and what kind of energy they're holding for today.
And especially for Isaac Haugen starting another game. Klingbeil for Michigan State didn't start last night, so we'll see if Haugen can keep the puck out of his own net.
Yeah, well, it looks like by their roster, Michigan State actually has two, solid goaltenders, and one being Benoit, who we saw last night, and then Klingbeil here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how Klingbeil will bounce back. As here comes Georgia on the one-on-one. Is that shot right over the net? Haugen will get the rebound, and he'll dump it down low as he finds an open shot, and it's missed just wide of the net. That was Bill Martin. Martin has it. He'll try to keep it in the zone. He does. Conway falls behind the net. Michigan State will chug back up the ice with the puck. Scrimmage forward in the neutral zone. And here comes Michigan. That shot is off the blocker, it seemed, of Haugen, and here comes the Dogs right back at it. Parente will take the shot, but it'll go off the blocker of Klingbeil as that rebound shot was shot wide. And a steal in the neutral zone, or in the offensive zone, that's Ryan Bailey, who will try to get over to Conway, but that puck is off his blade, and it'll skate all the way down to Georgia's defensive zone. Parente has it, and he tried to chip it to Bailey in the neutral zone, and he missed, and that puck will squirt out all the way into Michigan State territory. Everybody's forced to retreat. Corey Itkowski will try to find the open man and Tyler O'Brien, but it looks like he's hurt. He's limping to the bench. That puck hit him in the foot. Here comes Michigan State. That's Purdon. Purdon will skate back. Pass it over to Wishart. The puck's dumped into the zone. Haugen will elect to play it. Ryan Miller behind the net will try to find an open man along the left side. He's unable to, and the puck will go to the neutral zone. Bailey trying to get it just out of Michigan State's reach to get a line change, and he does it successfully. Georgia trying to get something going here. Michigan State has it in the neutral zone. Evan, what guys are you looking at tonight here for both sides that that could pose an offensive threat?
For Michigan State, Sean McCarthy, he's been everywhere. He's got team-leading 12 goals on the year for the Spartans, so I'm looking at him. And then for Georgia, I'm looking at Jordan Sirota. I'm looking at the entire first line, which combined for 4 goals last night, and scoring in bunches like they have all year long.
Yeah, and another crazy thing though is that Donovan Mitchell last night, we saw him get 2. So this Michigan State team we were comparing it to Georgia, very similar in their offensive capabilities, and they got a lot of weapons. So
you could tell early on that here's a rush.
And here's Kerrigan, and he'll try to find Nate Haley, but he's unable to, as that shot will go just wide, as that shot from the blue line is off the right pad of Klingbeil. Georgia trying to find the center man. He almost does, as Brandon Ing will fall behind the net. Kerrigan going in to help him. Ing and Kerrigan scrimmaging for it behind the net. Michigan State will come up with it, and that puck will go all the way into the neutral zone, and Haugen has it. He'll elect to shoot it. It's turned aside by Kling. Engel try to keep it in a close attempt. He's unable to. That puck skied in the air. Almost goes out of bounds, but it'll stay in, and we have a whistle. Looks like offside will be the call.
A little bit of a feeling out period early on. This team's trying to figure out what they want to do in their offensive zones, trying to get through the neutral zone. It's going to be a fast-paced game. I could tell very early on, 4 minutes in, but these teams want to move the puck and get up and down the ice, get north and south very fast.
Well, freshman Sirota will win the puck, but Michigan State will take it right back as that puck is dumped into the zone behind Haugen. State has it. We'll try to find the open man. The one-timer, it looked like it might have been off of the skate of Haugen. So a nice defensive play. That big figure that he carries as a defenseman is so valuable for this team. And Georgia will take a steal right in the middle of the zone. They'll try to find the centering man, but Klingbeil will shut that down immediately.
Definitely doesn't hurt being 6'4" as a defenseman.
I mean, that's, I think, your ideal build. Just having that big, strong build, and he's got a lot of offensive capabilities. I mean, he's been one of the,
he's got 4 goals on the year, so yeah, absolutely.
One of the leading goal scorers for the defenseman side. Here comes Mitchell up the right side, and he'll try to find an open man. He's unable to. Milokreinikis will try to find, and a burnt-out tire, and here comes the Dogs. Takes it in slowly, tries to find the open man. He does. And that puck is turned aside. Dogs get the rebound. Watson will try to throw it on net. It's turned aside. Great play by Haugen to keep the puck in, and he'll try to find Knoll, who's unable to settle it. And Haugen will try to take it in himself into the slot. The one-timer, it's off the post! It is off the post. The left post just past Klingbeil's glove. And Georgia could have had a 1-0 lead, and Klingbeil is thinking the iron, and another great shot, and a rebound attempt is shut down. And Conway's in disbelief.
What a save.
Klingbeil keeping Michigan State tied.
You know, we were talking about it off air. He's not the biggest goalie. He's only 5'11" compared to Isaac Haugen, who's 6'3". But like you said, off air, he is fast and quick, moving side to side. You saw it right there. Absolutely robbing Declan Conway of another goal.
Well, a couple good offensive opportunities for Georgia early on here in this first period, and it's been a pretty even matched game, just like you said, Evan. You know, two teams feeling each other out, but a great offensive opportunity for Georgia, shut down by Klingbeil.
Georgia's going to be on the power play here. I think they got an interference on Michigan State.
So you are correct. It will be a power play for Georgia. No, there was no sign or whistle. I thought. I didn't see any arms go up, but nonetheless, a Michigan State body will head to the box, and it'll be a 5-on-4 for Georgia in the offensive zone. And Michigan State will waste no time and dump it all the way down.
Prior to Klingbeil's save against Declan Conway, the shot off the post that you were saying was a great play by Truman Haugen to slide over to Zach Knoll for the one-time. It was great patience by Haugen.
Well, speaking of Haugen, here he comes. He's slicing and dicing. He'll sit on the right circle. Tries to find Conway on the other side. He does. That puck to Bailey on the blue line. He'll try to get a tip out in front by Kerrigan. He's unable to, and Georgia can't keep it in the offensive zone. Bailey will retreat and grab it and try for another one. With loads of speed and a big hit on Bailey, he gets up right away, and a good sign. I mean, he went airborne, and that's always scary to see, but a good defensive play by Michigan State to, limit Ryan Bailey's offensive capabilities.
It was a big hit by number 88, Tyler O'Brien. He's only 6 foot, so it's a powerful man. Big hit on Ryan Bailey.
Georgia trying to get it out, struggling a little bit. Here come the Ice Dawgs. They'll wrap it around to try to find Conway on the left side. Conway. The puck will squirt all the way down. And you know what? I think that hit on Bailey, I'm pretty sure that defender leaned down a little bit, which is always a scary hit, especially being close to the board. So
absolutely. Going up and over like that, very not ideal.
Michigan State has it in the low end, and they'll fling it into their bench. Pop fly to center field. It's got by a player on the bench. And we'll have a whistle and an offensive zone draw for the Bulldogs.
Only 19 seconds left on this power play, and there really hasn't been much danger for the Georgia Bulldogs. A little bit out of sorts. Zach Knoll was looking for someone in the top of the circle and just couldn't find anyone.
Well, Watson had that face-off. He was unable to really get it back and get anything going, and Georgia will try to retreat for one last go at this man advantage. Knoll has it. Try to chip it up there to Miller, but he couldn't. Thomas Purton will elect to dump it in for Michigan State. Scrummage for it on the left side. Who's going to come up with it? Georgia does. That puck looked like it might have went off a defender. Michigan State will try to dump it in and get a couple fresh bodies on. They will. Georgia has it. And a steal in the neutral zone, or in the slot, excuse me. Michigan State will gain possession right back, but Nate Haley is there to steal it for the Ice Dawgs.
Turnovers like that could come to bite Georgia later on in the game, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Well, that pass attempt to Borchardt in the neutral zone was failed, and now Michigan State will try to get something going, but another errored pass gives Georgia the puck. So we haven't really seen much from this Michigan State team just yet. You know, a couple flurries of physicality, but nothing offensive yet. Owen Larson will go down, get the puck on the right side. He'll circle the net. Try to get it over to his teammate. He's hit alongside the boards. And out with it. State has it. They'll try to send to the puck. Rebound attempt, and another one, and Haugen's there. And no goal. No goal. Haugen was there in time, and just a great desperation save with what might have been the right pad to keep this game tied. There's a whistle, and looks like it'll be an offsides call.
So really the first good chance for the Spartans, down by Truman, or Isaac Haugen, that is. And it was a great save. And Georgia was doing a really good job keeping everything to the outside prior to that. So it's good to see that Haugen's on his A game today.
Yeah, the defenders for Georgia have really shut down that slot, and it's forcing the Spartans to really utilize that outside. We've seen a lot of them go to the corners, and I mean, that just limits offensive opportunities as here comes Georgia. Bailey has it, trying to find a defender along the blue line, but is unable to. Here comes A.J. Campbell. Campbell has it on the right side. He'll pass it over to Vala, but here comes Ryan Bailey. Bailey has it. Bailey, that shot is over the head of Klingbeil. And the Spartans will dump it into the zone. Haugen, and almost an errored pass as the puck bounced off the boards right in front of Haugen, and he was not paying attention. Evan, almost a costly mistake.
He had his hand up signaling for an icing, and Michigan State player beat him to it, and the puck happened to bounce right into his blue crease. So he dodged one right there, 100%.
Mitchell has it along the left sides. He squirts through a couple Georgia defenders, gets around him, and Haugen's there to stone him, and we'll have a penalty. Looks like it'll go against Georgia.
You mentioned Donovan Mitchell early on. He leads the defensemen for Michigan State with 5 goals, and that was just another great example of him using his handles and his skating ability to get into the zone. He went end-to-end, drew that penalty, and had a really good opportunity for him back and on Isaac Haugen.
Well, we'll have the first opportunity to see the special teams unit here for the Spartans, as they'll have an offensive zone face-off on the right side. Georgia will win it. They'll try to dump it out. Mitchell does a good job of keeping it in. Haugen will shoot it right back down the net. Almost hits the referee. Good heads-up play to put your head down. Well, Klingbeil will play it over to Kolb, who will pass it Right over to McCarthy. Here comes Mitchell along the left side. Haugen out of his crease again. One-on-three scrimmage along the left side of the boards in the corner. Who's going to come up with it? Haugen trying his best to get it out. That puck wrapped around the boards. Good play there by Haugen to try to chip it away and get it off the tape blade as the Spartans have it near the slot. That shot is missed. And here comes Georgia, a possible breakaway if he can put on the afterburners. Here he comes, that shot, and the rebound attempt is shut down by McCarthy. A great defensive play. Georgia almost had something shorthanded. Here come the Spartans. They'll elect to shoot it. It's off the right pad of Haugen. We'll wrap around the left side. The one-time pass attempt over, and another shot blocked by Haugen.
It's a great save in between the circles.
Well, we were talking about how Georgia was shutting down that slot, and right now they are not defending it too well. Georgia has it. That shot's blocked, and here come the Ice Dawgs. They'll elect to dump it down. That'll cause for a line change.
It's a really big block and a great shift from Zach Knoll right there to kill that penalty. It was a long one. It was almost a minute and a half on the penalty kill.
Knoll, the sophomore from New York, and it almost, where's the puck? And it was laying in the crease. Klingbeil, a good job of just sprawling out and trying to prevent anything, and Georgia with another opportunity.
It looked like Conway's shot hit the crossbar, then bounced right behind Klingbeil into the blue paint, and he had no idea where it was. So he did the sprawls, and somehow it stayed out.
I mean, when you don't know where the puck is, the best thing to do is to just lay down. It's somewhere under you. You just don't know where it is. We'll have a defensive zone draw here for the Ice Dawgs. Conway will skate over to the circle for it. Who comes up for it? The Spartans do, and the shot attempt right off the draw is blocked. Parente with the rebound, and he'll skate it up and pass it over to Moore, who is not able to settle the puck down. Oliver Moore. Spartans have it, as they'll try to get something going. Brennan Nearing. The puck looked like it was chipped in the neutral zone. No icing call. Georgia has it, and they'll elect to dump it in. Earring will try to pass it right over. No icing as it was tipped in the neutral zone. Kerrigan on that right side. As that shot is into the shoulder of Haugen, and a nice play to keep it from going in between the arm.
Haugen's been really good recently. It's been a lot in his own zone, a lot of shots, a couple good scoring chances for the Spartans, and Haugen seems to have his A game today.
You know, both of the Haugens tonight have really been stepping up big. I mean, their goalie and, of course, the defenseman, who has just been playing lights out tonight. So a couple of opportunities for both sides, but nothing to show for it yet. It looks like we'll have a little bit of a break here.
It's been a good first period, back and forth action with power plays for both teams. So it's been an action-packed first period so far.
6:11 left here in the first period. Nothing to show for it on each side. Shots on goal, 11. Georgia leading against the Spartans 8. And it looks like that second line is out there for Coach Camp. Kerrigan.
It's a complete 180 from last night's 5-5 or 6-5 finish so far. So it'll be interesting to see if teams can start scoring.
Yeah, and you know what? What is the main difference that you saw from last night compared to today so far?
Goaltending from Klingbeil so far. I mean, he had that fantastic save on Declan Conway, so he's been playing really well on their 11 shots faced. So it's definitely interesting, the goaltending matchup today, because obviously Isaac Haugen was going to play. He started almost every game for the Ice Dawgs this year, so that was never a question. But in terms of Michigan State, Klingbeil gets the nod in the second game under 24 hours.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about Klingbeil's size, and, that's just the sacrifice that you have to make as a goalie. Although you don't have the height, you do have the capability of skating over in the crease fast enough because of your small frame. So it's just a give and go.
You give and you get some.
That is correct. Kerrigan will try to get it, and there's the arm of the referee is up. Looks like we'll have a penalty. And Bill Martin goes to the ground. We'll see what the call is.
I think they're going to get Martin for the penalty.
Well, we saw two players collide. It was Martin and Kerrigan, and it does look like Martin is going to skate over to the bench. We're going to see another Spartans power play.
Actually, I think it was Kerrigan on the penalty. I think he was a little too over-aggressive on his back check and just hooked the Michigan State player. So the second opportunity for the Michigan State power play, like you just said.
Mitchell will pass it over to the left side. Spartans playing very patient with it. And a nice shot block out front. Limit that opportunity by Parente, the captain. The shot from the slot right into the stomach of Haugen. And that shot is shut down. Donovan Mitchell's kind of been everywhere tonight. We saw a lot of his presence last night, and he's really trying tonight, to give the Spartans something. And as a defenseman, it's really impressive to see his offensive capabilities.
100%. You don't really see defensemen like him where they could put up 2 goals in a night like he did last night. So he's definitely a fantastic and talented player.
The Spartans still have it on the power play. McCarthy on the left side, and that puck will go down the ice. Conway trying to hit around the defender. He's unable to, just buying some time. That puck will go all the way down, and icing is called. Good job there by Martin. Excuse me. Ryan Miller to get down there in time.
Might have been a generous call by the linesman. I think Ian Chapsky might have beaten him there. So Georgia might have dodged one right there and gotten a little lucky, but they'll have an offensive zone draw on the penalty kill, so we'll see if they can do anything with it.
We've seen a lot of grit and fight from the shorthand perspective from Georgia tonight.
Yeah, the chance where Conway hit the crossbar was on the penalty kill as well.
Bailey was unable to win that face-off, and the Spartans will go down to the zone, trying to find the man in the slot. He's unable to. Here comes Ryan Bailey along the left side. Tries to deke through 2 defenders, but McCarthy will take it right back. Back to McCarthy in the slot. McCarthy will take the shot. Rebound attempt, and a nice shut down there from Haugen after the puck was in the air. Tries another move, and that puck is off of Haugen. Both goalies standing strong right now. No one knows where the puck is. It's behind the net, and Georgia will try to get something going. Pass over to Ryan Bailey, but the Spartans will take it back in the offensive zone. The puck to Ryan Bailey. It looked like it might have been offsides, but no, they'll find the open man. He shoots, he scores! More! Ryan Bailey to Evan Moore, and Georgia has got the first one of the night.
We were just talking about the shorthanded chances for Georgia, and there they capitalize on it finally. It's Evan Moore, a great pass from Ryan Bailey in between the circles, and Moore just doesn't even think twice. He takes it and rips it and beats Klingbeil blocker side.
Yeah, Ryan Bailey is super aggressive when he's skating down the ice. He's kind of a gritty player who will go to the corners and, do the things that not necessarily everybody will want to do. And he just did it there to try to get around the defenders and, give it to Moore, who has shown a lot of offensive upside this year and last year. So overall, a great goal for Georgia, and they lead with 3:35 left here in the first period.
So Georgia's going to be 2 for 2 on the penalty kill with a goal, and that's Moore's 8th of the year. So you got to be really happy with your special teams if you're Coach John Camp right now.
We'll have a whistle. Looks like it'll be offside. You can hear the Redcoat band down there, the alumni, after a good win for football today.
Is it final?
It is final. I believe it is final. 41 to 21. So a good win there for head coach Kirby Smart And the football will go into next week against Texas here in Athens. Another tough matchup against Arch Manning.
You got to wonder what Texas team we're going to see. Just on a side note.
You never know. It's really been an interesting ride for them. I mean, they completely fell out of the rankings, and now they've just clawed their way back up to number 11. So
it's a team that beats Vanderbilt and then goes to overtime with Mississippi State that we just beat by 20. So it'll be very interesting to see which Longhorns we get.
Very inconsistent team. The Spartans will have it. Egan has it, and he'll try to chip it up the ice to A.J. Campbell, who was covered in the neutral zone. Spartans retain possession. Puck behind the net. Ice Dawgs will have it, and they'll try to get it out, but they're unable to. A good keep in by Egan. Egan will slice through the neutral zone, or the slot. And that shot from the blue line from Preston Koryaskowski is blocked out front. That puck will go all the way down behind the net of Klingbeil. Georgia will get some fresh bodies on the ice.
Georgia's doing a good job of blocking shots in their own zone. They've probably blocked a couple good chances.
And here's another offensive opportunity for Georgia, but that puck is chipped just wide of the net. Spencer Watson trying to chip it over the shoulder of Klingbeil, but misses just above the crossbar. Another close opportunity. We've seen a lot of shots hit posts and go just wide, and it's been vice versa for both teams, I feel like.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for Watson. He kind of walked in on the circle. No one really did.
Well, an errant pass leads to the Spartans' first goal. As Georgia was trying to get it out, and the wraparound attempt hit the side of the net instead of around, and Tyler Noblet took advantage of that and buried it right beside the pad of Haugen. So a good heads-up play for the Spartans, and we're tied 1-1.
Kolb's got his 7th on the year and his 3rd against Georgia in the last 2 games. So he's a goal scorer, and yeah, he got a lucky bounce there, I guess.
It was a lucky bounce. It was an errant pass that hit the side of the net instead of around, and Kolb just took advantage of it. The Vernon Hills, Illinois native. That puck will go all the way down into Spartan territory, and a ground ball will be scooped up by Klingbeil, and he'll hold on to it for a draw in the offensive zone for Georgia. 1:13 left here in the first period. This opening frame's been pretty entertaining. You know, we saw both of them feeling each other out, but it seems like the past 10 minutes we've seen a lot of offensive upside for both. Ryan Miller chasing after the puck. There's the 1-minute warning, and Spartans will have it in their offensive zone. Brandon Nearing going down and losing a wheel. The pass to the slot is Eric. Conway will get it out. Bailey will chase after it, but Klingbeil is there to try to chip it to his teammate. Good keeping by Conway. It looks like there's going to be a whistle, and it looks like he'll be blown dead because of a hand pass.
An interesting thing about this Georgia team is that they've scored 3+ goals in 8 straight games. So that is definitely a key to success for them if they want to win. It seems like the lucky number's 3 goals plus Klingbeil. So we'll see if they can get to that. They're a third of the way there, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, Georgia's leading their conference. They're number 1 currently, and Auburn right below them. And the rebound attempt by Punzenberger, who's barely missed. He was trying to slam it in between the 5-hole of Klingbeil, but it was unable to. But as I was saying, I mean, Georgia leads this conference. They've been on now a 6-game win streak, 5 prior to last night. And like you said, they've just put up constant numbers in the past couple games. It looks like that shot was blocked and tipped out of play. Sirota just trying to throw it on net, and he'll skate up to the dot with 29 seconds left. If you win it, you got to think that you'll shoot it right on net. Mitchell will chip it up the zone. Kerrigan tries to get it in there. Punzenberger will take it right from the Spartans. skate around the net, tries to find an open man, and Kerrigan is unable to. That shot was wide of the net. Sirota chasing after the rebound. He's unable to. Puck's in the neutral zone. And the clock will wind down to 0 with 0.6 seconds left, of course. But it looks like we're going to head into this first intermission tied. Lots of stuff that, both sides did well, and some that, the other team did better.
We'll see what adjustments both coaches make in the first intermission and come out in that second period. But overall, good first period for the Dogs and a good first period for the Spartans. I thought both teams played well.
Well, it's 1-1 after the first period, and if you hang on, we'll have an intermission report for you. We'll be back soon.
Welcome to the first intermission report. I'm Ren Grimsley, joined by Ryan Baxter. Ryan, tied at 1 after 20. What'd you see there in the first?
Well, first, I just want to give a huge shout out to Klingbeil. He's been absolutely outstanding. You saw that save over there on the one-timer, slides across the crease, makes that save. He's holding this Michigan State team in this game. For the Georgia side, they're playing fast, they're playing strong, but most of all, they're getting a lot of shots on net. They're going for shots on, they're going for rebounded shots. They tucked one in. It's been absolutely a good game for Georgia overall. On the Michigan State side, you look at Donovan Mitchell. He's been a great defenseman for them so far. You saw that one play. He skates into the zone absolutely untouched, gets a shot on, doesn't go in. But one more thing, the turnovers inside the zone for Georgia has to stop. They've 7 so far in this game, and that's how they scored their goal. A bad pass in the zone, got redirected, went in. If Georgia wants to stay in this game, they got to clean that up.
And what might you think we expect to see in the second period?
I expect more of the same. I expect Michigan State to come out firing. They really want to win this game. You could tell they're a little salty about last night, but both teams want this really badly. I expect Michigan State to come out fast, Georgia as well. But I'm just hoping for a good period.
Well, there you go. Tied at 1 here going into the second. We'll be right back with Nick and Evan right here on UGA Hockey YouTube channel.
Back here in Akins Ford Arena for period number 2. Evan, we saw a lot from both sides, and one side did it better, one side did it better as well. So we'll see what goes on here in the second period. What stood out to you in the first period that the Dogs need to do better to get it done here in the second?
Cleaning up just the little things. It's the turnover in your own zone that leads to a goal. It's the turnover in the neutral zone that prevents an offensive rush. It's just little things like that against a really good Michigan State team that's going to, propel the Dogs to the next goal, the next penalty, the next power play. It's just little things like that.
Yeah, and you were kind of talking about the turnovers. We were talking during the intermission. The Dogs have 8 turnovers in their offensive zone, and I mean, when you're trying to develop plays and get goals on the board, you don't have the room of error to be able to do that. And I mean, it's not much better for the Spartans. They have 4 too. So honestly, it's been a really sloppy game between these two, and I'm expecting here in the second for them to clean it up.
Overall, very, even teams. They're both very fast. They're both very physical and skilled. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like these teams are, not identical, but more similar than we think. Despite, it's Michigan and Georgia. You don't expect 2 different hockey teams.
Yeah, they've been super similar. So we'll have to see what goes on in the second period, which is about to begin. And who you see on the ice is Moore. You see Zachary Knoll, who it looks like is going to take the face-off for the Dogs. Bill Martin on defense, and Spencer Watson. So Coach will send those guys to get the second period started. You can hear the fans screaming. It's a face-off win by the Spartans to start this second frame. That puck will fly all the way down the zone, and we'll have what Haugen wants is an icing, and it will be. $15 shots to 11 in favor of Georgia here. So we'll have an offensive opportunity for the Ice Dawgs as they had got a draw. Knoll win it. Dogs get it behind the back. Watson with the shot opportunity in the slot. Haugen with the rebound on the left side. Haugen, Watson in the corner. That puck bouncing in the crease. Who's going to get it? Looks like Haugen will get it. He'll just try to turn around and throw it at the net. That's not going to work. Watson along the right side. He'll pass it over to the blue line as that shot is over the net. Martin will try to keep it in the zone. He does, and that's a good play by Spencer Watson to buy some time for his teammates to settle back in, get into position for an offensive opportunity. Spartans fighting for it along the right side. And here comes Haugen. Haugen will remain possession, trying to bump it over to Moore. There comes Watson. Watson across the blue line. Gears up for the shot, but he doesn't get it off in time. That shot was blocked. Knoll's shot was blocked, I should say, and that shot was missed just wide by Bill Martin. Evan, I've seen a lot of missed shots here. Georgia's got to do a better job at just getting pucks on net and just trying not to make the pretty plays.
100%. Michigan State is doing a good job blocking shots, though, and not letting it get through to Klingbeil. But going back to that shift, that was a really good shift from that second line. Spencer Watson, the OT hero from last night, was pretty much everywhere there. Like you said, he had a great play in the corner, being patient and allowing his players to get a change.
Well, the Spartans will win this face-off as that puck is airborne into the neutral zone, and the Dogs will recover. Good job, Ryan Miller dumping it around. Team scrumming for it along the right side. Bailey will try to chip it over to the right to Miller, but is unable to, and the Spartans will fly up the ice. Shot in the slot, and he scores. A great shot. Thomas Purton right in the slot with 0-0 coverage from Georgia defenders. And the Spartans will take a 2-1 lead.
Might have just been a miscommunication there from the Ice Dawgs, but Wishart found him right in between the circles, and he just beat Haugen blocker side. Not really much Isaac Haugen can do there.
Well, Purton, we haven't seen much of tonight, and I mean, we were kind of talking about earlier about the slot, and Georgia was really limiting the opportunities from within it early on and pushing them to the outside, and it kind of seems like the script is kind of flipped. They've really struggled to defend within the slot, and if Georgia wants to limit the Spartans more for the rest of the game. They're going to have to shut down those areas in between the circles. Parente has it. Trying to get it to Conway. They can't. Spartans will remain possession. McCarthy will try to get it over to an open teammate. But Haugen with the glove save.
After that goal, the Spartans were very emotional, and I think they really want to win this game after last night. They got that sour taste in their mouth. They slept on that, so I think the Spartans are really excited to have that one goal lead, and I think they want to build on it.
Well, you have to think that they're going to come out firing after forcing overtime and then tragically falling within the first 40 seconds. Spartans will try to dump it in. Haugen will play it and settle the puck down. And you know, Evan, one thing that I really have not liked from Haugen is that he plays the puck all too often. Sometimes you just gotta let it sit back there and trust your teammates to go get it.
100%. That was probably one of those examples where Tyler Stewart probably should have just came behind the net and taken it. But that miscommunication led to a little turnover. But here comes the Dogs.
There comes Kerrigan along the right side, and he'll try to chip it to himself behind the net. But he's left stranded, and the Spartans will take over. Martin. Kerrigan trying to chip it over to the right circle. Kerrigan, shot from the right circle. Rebound shot is tipped and out of play. Good heads up play from Klingbeil again to just stay with it and not just give up after the first shot.
Not the best rebound control there from Klingbeil. It bounced right down. But he did a good job on that second save and preventing a real opportunity for Kerrigan.
Haley will have the offensive zone draw, and the Spartans will come away with it. As that puck is shot all the way down, Haugen makes it across the red line and will have an icing. So lots of whistles here throughout the start of the second period. We're almost 4 minutes through, excuse me. And Haley will skate to the red dot again. Spartans win it again. They'll try to get it out. Nice keeping and a slap shot there. Flies right over the glass. Bill Martin. Almost a breakaway attempt there for Donovan Mitchell again, who seems to be everywhere tonight like we were talking about during the intermission, but good job to keep it away. It looks like that desperation stop will be scooped up into the glove of Haugen, and we'll have another offensive or defensive zone draw.
Yeah, Mitchell and Campbell couldn't quite connect, and if they did, I think Campbell was alone and had a really good opportunity to get a good grade A scoring chance off on Haugen, so Georgia might have dodged one right there.
Evan, I'm not sure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like Mitchell was bordering the line of offsides. It looked like he might have broken the plane before, but I'm really not sure. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter.
No, it was definitely close, but there's no replay system in college hockey. Like we saw last night, I mean, to end, for those that weren't with us last night, to end the second period, Michigan State scored a buzzer beater, which was very controversial, but they ended up counting it. But like I just said, there's no replay system to review that.
I think it'd be fun. I mean, why not let the kids fight? Why not let the kids have replays, right?
I think there should always be a replay system, no matter the level.
The Dogs have it, and they'll try to chip it around the boards. Scrimmage for it along the right dot. Watson has it and trying to get it over. That puck will bounce into the neutral zone. And a shot from the neutral zone from Donovan Mitchell. Kind of a weird play, just trying to get the puck down in the zone. I'm not sure if he meant to just try to dump it, but Haugen will make the glove save, and we'll have a defensive zone draw.
We're 4.5 into this second period. Georgia really hasn't gotten much on the offensive zone, Nick. I mean, that one shot from Kerrigan was probably their best opportunity, but besides that, it's pretty much all Spartans so far.
And a near miss there from Matt, and he scores. Matt Mulgarkonikis will bury one past Haugen. Evan, what did you see?
It was another really good play by Aiden Wishart at the blue line. He just threw it on net. I think that's one of the changes that Michigan State made, they've been peppering Isaac Haugen a lot more. You saw it from the blue line. Donovan Mitchell just threw the puck on net. And in this case, Aiden Wishart just threw it in net. And there was Melo Kronikis just sitting there right in front of the paint, and he got a stick on it, 5-hole. And Georgia's now got a bigger hill to climb.
Well, Georgia down by 2. It's 3-1 in favor of the Spartans, and you got to spark something soon as Conway has it, and he'll try to sneak it past the right pad of Klingbeil, and it'll tip out of play. But if you're the Dogs, you need some momentum back, and you got to start that right now in this second period before having to force yourself to be put in a spot where you need to score multiple goals within a short period amount of time. You still got half of the game left.
Yeah, Georgia's probably got to get this next goal. I mean, we saw it last night. Michigan State came back from 5-1, so it's not impossible. But being down 4-1 and being 3-2 is a big difference in hockey.
Miller's shot right off the face-off is into the glove of Klingbeil. Will have another offensive zone draw for Conway. This time Bailey will settle the puck down, but it'll be tipped off a defender, and it'll go behind the glass, behind Klingbeil.
You know, Nick, there's a saying, the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
It is?
I don't really know if I believe it, but it's still a saying, so we'll see if that's true.
You know, there's just a lot of myths around it, and honestly, I don't know, I kind of agree with it, because you're in a position where you think you have the lead, but it can really sneak up on you pretty quickly. So,
no, it's definitely a good point.
We'll see if, you know, this works, as there's another great try. Martin trying to settle the puck down. He points in the air, and the puck bounces behind the net. Conway trying to find Martin. As we have a whistle blown, it looks like we're going to have
a slash on Michigan State.
Looks like the Dogs are going to go on the power play.
This is a really big opportunity for the Bulldogs. If you're Coach Camp, you really want to go here.
Well, that's the goal scorer, Matt Milakronakis. Say that 2 times fast. As he'll take a seat for slashing. Georgia, if you're the Ice Dogs, you need to score here. You need something going here on this power play to boost the team.
If not a goal, at least some momentum, at least a good 2-minute power play, because the first power play earlier on, there really was not much going on. It was, you blinked and then there was 20 seconds left. It kind of didn't feel like a Georgia power play. So we'll see if they can enter the zone here and, you know, get a good chance.
Well, Coach Camp decides to go Haugen, Conway, Bailey, Parente, and Kerrigan again on this power play. It's the same line that we saw from earlier today. Georgia has it along the left side. Parente behind the net. He'll try to find the open man on the right side. It looks like that was Ryan Bailey, but he's unable to. Haugen fighting for it behind the net. He'll get to it quickly. That good skating ability from that big defenseman. Haugen slicing through the neutral zone, and he gets taken down. No arm is up. It looks like he just might have lost his footing. Puck will go all the way down the ice. Parente forced to retreat.
The Georgia bench definitely wanted a penalty there. They think Haugen got taken down, but at 6'4", that is a fast skater right there, Truman Haugen.
Looks like we'll have an offside whistle there. Yeah, I couldn't really tell if there was a stick under the blade that caused Haugen to fall, but it looks like he kind of just got enclosed by a couple defenders for the Spartans. So again, we can't really check. There's no replay, but you know, we'll have to trust the refs on this one. As the face-off from Knoll is lost, and Spartans will have it, and they'll just continue to try to kill that time for the Georgia on the power play. Moore has it. He scored the only goal that Georgia has today, and he'll dump it in the zone. Knoll will try to keep it in, but it'll go past the blue line, and the Dogs have to draw up a new plan. Knoll trying to get it over the blue line. Watson will have it along the right side. He'll circle the net. Circles the entire sheet of ice again. Dogs have it on the left side. Bill Martin on the blue line. Because it looks like he was trying to find Watson there in the slot. The shot is off the blocker. Rebound attempt is just blocked out in front. And a good keep in by Bill Martin. The Dogs are going to keep this going. And
look out.
Unfortunately, the puck, it looked like it had eyes of its own. It was just bouncing everywhere and was shot out. Here come the Dogs.
going back to the end of that power play, Michigan State could have had a break. Melikranakis was coming off the ice, so if they saw him, he had a half-ice breakaway, but Michigan State did a great job blocking shots there. Bill Martin had a great A scoring chance, just couldn't get it through. So not the best power play if you're the Ice Dogs, so might have to get it done 5-on-5.
Well, there's no time like the present, and I thought that there was a couple good opportunities, but nothing to show for it. And a good play by Nate Haley to get it out and restrict the Spartan offenseman from getting a shot off in the slot.
Guess who that is? Donovan Mitchell up in the rush again. We talked about him before. He loves to get up in the rush. 13 points on the year.
Another shot block out front and another one. That's Nate Haley laying his body on the line. Spartans will remain possession. Kolb has it along the right side. Kolb circles on the blue line. Finds the open man, tries to find a centering pass. He can't. And one guy's taken down. There's no arm up for the referees. Nate Haley chasing after it in the offensive zone. Good keeping by Conway, trying to find what looked to be Ryan Bailey on the right side, but was unable to. Puck will go all the way down to Mitchell along the left side. Parente skates with it in the neutral zone. Spanorama pass as he'll try to get the backhand shot. A nice shot opportunity by Bailey trying to get something going for the Dogs. He can't, and Parente is unable to settle the puck down. Bailey will chip it into the Spartan zone. Get a couple fresh bodies on the ice, and that's another missed pass from the Spartans, which will result in an offensive zone draw for the Bulldogs. .10:52, we're almost halfway through this second frame. 21-18 on shots. And while it's 3-1 in favor of the Spartans currently, Conway will creep up to the red dot. Spartans will win the draw. Good play by Bailey to get the puck away, and it looks like there's no arm call. Wow. It looks like that was going to be a tripping call, but no call. And a break for the Ice Dogs.
If that's not a trip, then I don't know what is, Nick.
I mean, I thought it looked like his skate was, or his stick was clearly under the skates. But Georgia will get away with it, and I mean, if you're this Ice Dogs team, you got to take advantage of everything you have.
Yeah, here's another offensive zone draw. That's 2 icings for the Spartans in the last less than a minute probably. So they got to capitalize on these and use those tired bodies for the Spartans that can't get a chance because of the icing.
Looks like Coach Camp will want a new line out there as he sends a couple new bodies. Miller out there, Zachary Knoll, who did the face-off. Miller skating hard for it. Michigan State defender going right into the boards. That's Ian Chapsky. An offside call might have caught the Spartans off guard. And here come the Bulldogs. A backhand attempt and a nice save by Klingbeil on Watson. So we have the arm up of the referee, and you can kind of hear him signaling both of you go. So it looks like
Spencer Watson does not like that call.
Might have been a little bit of extracurricular activities there. They're going to have them both sit down, cool off. Looks like we'll still have. Would it still be dictated a 5-on-5 if it's for fighting, or do they go to the 4-on-4?
I think it's going to be 4-on-4 because it's 2 2-minute minors for Watson and maybe Donovan Mitchell. Looks like I can't really see the number out there, but with that being said, there's more ice for the Ice Dogs to use here, so we'll see if they can score 4-on-4 because the shorthanded was their only goal, so 5-on-5 is not working for the Ice Dogs today. So we'll see if Georgia can score 4-on-4 here.
Well, Noel will take the draw in the Spartans' end. As the ref will signal, it looks like they're looking at something. Looks like the timing maybe, fixing the clock. And Noel trying to win the drive. He does, and he'll get a shot off immediately. Klingbeil didn't know where it was. He just sat on it, and we'll get a whistle.
We said earlier, if you don't know where the puck is, just
sit on it
and lay. And that's
lay down
exactly
on
what he
it.
did.
It's a classic goalie move, and it doesn't look like the puck crossed the threshold. That's what everybody's looking at down there.
I think it's in his pads.
That's always such a difficult thing, and when the puck has eyes of its own and it just gets in the equipment, because as a goalie you don't know where it is, and your first instinct is to kind of back into the crease so you can see everything, and if you back into the crease with the puck in your equipment, that's a goal.
100%. That's definitely a fine line that you're walking there if you're a goalie.
So skirmish for it in the neutral zone, and the Ice Dawgs will come out on top with it. Noel has it along the right side. He'll shoot it, try to get it past the right pad of Klingbeil. He can't. Dogs with the rebound will try to wrap it around to Martin. The puck will go out of the offensive zone. Dogs forced to retreat. We'll get another one. Here's Moore. Moore, the drop pass to Noel doesn't work. Martin will pick it up and he'll dump it in the zone. Looks like the Dogs will go for a line change. That puck will go all the way down right next to Haugen. Here comes Haugen along the right side. Haugen will pass it over to Kerrigan, but the pass is a little delayed. They don't know, either of them don't know where the puck was at that point in time. You got to have your head on a swivel, Evan.
It was just in everyone's feet, and no one really knew where it was, including Truman Haugen.
The Spartans will lay right behind their net and try to get something going. 8:20 left here in the second frame. And another errored pass results in what could be and will be an icing call.
Surprised they granted that icing because it seemed like the puck was slowly going to the line. So I'm actually a little surprised they granted it. But like you said earlier, Georgia will take what they can get. And they'll get an offensive zone draw here.
Well, Conway will skate to the red dot and he'll win it back. Pass to the left side. Shot off the stick of Klingbeil. A pretty close call. Try to sneak it under his right arm, but a good stop with the paddle. Evan, the Rock Lobsters play tonight. You work with them, correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct.
How is it here? How's the atmosphere? I mean, this is obviously a new stadium, a new team, and it's just really fun to see Southern hockey. We talk about it all the time on this broadcast. How's that atmosphere?
No, it's awesome. They call it the Tank, so it's really cool atmosphere.
That's so fun.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Rock Lobsters are still undefeated, so we'll see if we can have a championship here in Athens, an Athens hockey championship.
That's a very early call.
I know,
man.
it's only 6 games into the year, but
we are 6 games into the year.
it's still just a thought. But yeah, Rock Lobsters are awesome, and then super happy to work with them this year.
There's Conway along the right circle. He'll try to find Parente, who tries to find the puck in a rebound attempt. That shot is fanned on. Ryan Miller not able to get enough blade on it as he'll retreat back. Here's the Spartans from the right circle, and Haugen stands firm with the glove.
That's a big save by big number 40 there, robbing Thomas Purton. That's another example of Georgia just not finding the last man into the rush. Purton was a trailer there into the offensive zone, and they found him, and that's a big save from Isaac Haugen.
We really appreciate the band being here. I think that they should be here more often. I love them. Gotta love the UGA Red Coat Band, the alumni down there.
I know Ren Grimsley loves them too.
I think everybody does. Huge tradition here in Athens. It's only fitting that they're here. But like I was saying before, the Rock Lobsters play tonight, 7 o'clock start. It's fun to have hockey in the South.
I think it's a really cool thing that Akins Ford Arena is doing a doubleheader, going from UGA Ice Dawgs to the Rock Lobsters.
Yeah, it looks like they let fans go for both of the games. Why not?
It's a great thing here on a Saturday night.
What else are you going to do?
Not much. Nothing beats Saturday night hockey.
Both sides will take this media timeout to, resettle, kind of get a game plan together. What does Georgia need to do to come back here? What have they been sloppy with on their offensive drives that they can clean up?
One thing that I've noticed is, yes, Georgia has 23 shots on goal, but they're not getting much traffic in front of Aiden Klingbeil. He's only 5'11", so if you have someone 6 foot plus stand in front of him and take his eyes away, that's a much harder
It's
task.
a big figure.
That's a much harder task for a goaltender to see the puck. So that's one thing I would say, Georgia. Get traffic in front of Klingbeil. Make his life a little harder.
I'll also say that the quality of shot, too, sets something up. Here's Conway on a breakaway. Conway all in himself, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty.
Oh, yeah, we got a penalty shot here, Nick.
And it looks like it is going to be a penalty shot. It looks like it might have been a slash on the right hand of Conway, as he's kind of waving his hand right after, and it is going to be a penalty shot.
Well, there won't be traffic in front of Klingbeil on this, like I was just talking about. We'll see what bag of tricks Declan Conway goes into.
Yes, this could be the turning point for the Ice Dawgs right here. You're not even done with the second period yet. I haven't seen a lot of penalty shots here in college hockey.
I think this is the first I've ever seen. Been to a handful of games this year and last year. I've definitely never seen this before.
So Conway waiting in anticipation as he gets the whistle and the music stops. Here comes Conway, and all alone, it's just him and Klingbeil. Conway circles the left circle. That shot, and it'll go off of the right pad of Klingbeil, and that opportunity is squashed by the Spartans.
That's a really big save, and the Michigan State fans look like they travel. There's a decent amount of fans behind the Michigan State bench that gave him a good ovation, but it's a good move by Declan Conway. Did it get through and just wide, or did he save it?
He did save it. It was off of his right pad as that shot is over the head of Klingbeil. It looked like he might have been trying to go 5-hole, right. Trying to spread Klingbeil out. But
yeah, I think he was definitely trying to open him up and squeeze a 5-hole in.
Well, looks like Bailey's shot attempt was tipped out in front, didn't have enough gas on it to make it a contending shot. Klingbeil will scoop it up.
You wonder if Declan Conway now wishes he just went up there and ripped a shot, because he has a really good release. He had 2 goals last night, so you wonder if he wishes he was a little more, simple and not trying to do too much.
Yeah, and there's an awesome thing about, penalty shots and the shootouts and stuff is that, you're all alone, but there's also that aspect is that you're also all alone with your thoughts. So
100%.
It's difficult. It seems harder than it looks like, folks. Trust me. I tried playing hockey when I was younger. Not great at it. So,
I used to play hockey on the goalie, and that's not too much fun either.
It's hard. The Dogs have it, and they'll chip it up the zone, and it'll go all the way down the ice. And we'll have an icing call. We'll have a face-off here right next to Haugen. Looks like it'll be on his right. .6:16 left here in this second frame. As Noel will win it back. And Dylan Warmath will try to get it out. He's unable to. Spencer Watson was on that right side all alone. Trying to get to him, and a big hit by Watson. It looks like they're just fighting for that puck in the left corner. Spartans come out with it. And here come the Spartans. Warmath has it along the right side. He'll stick handle. He'll fall to the ice a little bit. Gets back up, and it looks like there is a hand up. It looks like they might be signaling offsides.
High stick.
High stick.
And Georgia finally touched. Yeah, Georgia was trying to play some games there.
We'll have another draw here. Looks like it'll be in the neutral zone. 5:33 left. Dogs are down by 2, and they need some magic here in this third period and the remaining of this second frame to get back within that 2-goal margin.
Yeah, you got just under half a game to get a couple goals, so a lot of time left, but Georgia needs to get one. They need to get 2, actually. And like we were talking about earlier, the lucky number is 3, and it still stands, so they got to get to 3 if they want to win this game.
Well, I think it all just starts with tying it. That's all
Right.
you need to really focus
100%.
about is just getting back within that 2-goal margin, and then you
It
really
all starts with
kinda-
one. You can't really think about tying it until you get that second goal.
Haugen has it behind his net. Georgia will try to find an open man in Punzenberger along the right side, but it's stolen immediately by the Spartans, who will try to dump it, but it tips out of play, and there'll be an offensive zone draw for the Ice Dawgs. I haven't seen a lot of shots right off the draw. I usually do see a lot of shots from this team especially. I mean, usually they just shoot it right after the face-off, but I haven't really seen that a lot tonight. Do you think maybe if they do that, they'll catch Klingbeil off guard?
Yeah, there was one shot earlier in the first period down by us where Sirota won the face-off and Punzenberger had a great save and Klingbeil was up to the task. So we'll see if those set plays and other opportunities off the face-off can lead to a goal.
Well, Haugen's pass attempt to Watson was squashed and tipped in the defensive zone, and the Spartans will now have possession. Punzenberg will get it out. Kerrigan will chase after it, and icing is waved off. Great steal by Kerrigan trying to get it out in front. Shot attempt through traffic is off the blocker, or the pad, excuse me, of Klingbeil. 4 minutes left here. Not a lot of offensive opportunities for this Ice Dawgs team here through 2.
Which feels weird because they have 26 shots on goal.
But again, it's the quality.
Right, 100%.
And a fan pass attempt will lead to a Spartan possession. McCarthy has it along the right side, and he'll get it over to Earring. And it goes into the pad of Haugen.
That was another really weird bounce off the Akins Ford boards.
We've seen a lot of weird bounces tonight.
And it looks like Bill Martin went over and looked at it.
Draw is won by Georgia. McAvoy has it. We haven't seen a lot of McAvoy tonight. Pass attempt over to Miller is successful as Miller tries to get it up to Jake Green. Jake Green's first appearance tonight on the ice. So Coach Kemp maybe trying to shake some things up here and spark some life into this team. Brandon Ing gets shoved into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. So 3 minutes left. The Dogs are going to have 2 minutes of that on the man advantage.
The small, shifty, speedy Brendan in draws a penalty on Braden Earring, who tried using his body, but they're going to get him for an interference, it looks like. So Georgia has another opportunity. We've been talking about these opportunities and taking what you can get. So here's another power play, and going to have to score eventually, Nick.
Well, Brady Earring will take a seat for the Spartans, and it'll be a 5-on-4 for Georgia as they will start in the offensive zone. And what's coincidentally, I mean, Coach Camp just started to try to shake things up with, Jake Green, throwing him out there, and McAvoy trying to throw some new guys out there to get a new perspective, see if they can do anything. And, I mean, Brandon Ing will... And he scores off of the tip-in! Ryan Bailey with the initial shot, and it looks like it hit a stick out front, completely eluding the left shoulder of Klingbeil. It's Georgia within 1.
It's Charlie Kerrigan out in front of the circles. He waved his stick a little bit, to tell Ryan Bailey that he had a lane and no one was near him. And that's a great pass or shot. I don't know what you want to call it by Ryan Bailey, but Georgia needed that. Boy, did they need that.
Well, they wasted no time on the man advantage there. 2:57 left here in the second frame, and now they're within 1, and it feels like a completely different hockey game. So Spartans win that face-off. And Evan, you were also talking about earlier putting those big figures in front of Klingbeil, and another opportunity, and Klingbeil will hold on to that shot.
I don't know if was there traffic in front or was it just a really good deflection. Regardless, that's a really big goal. And we said it starts with 1, and there's the 1. So we'll see if Georgia can get a second one and tie this game up even before the second period ends. So who knows?
Well, Kerrigan, the sophomore, getting the goal for Georgia, putting them within 1. Dawgs skirmishing for it, tries to find the centering man. He's unable to in front of the net. Dawgs will have to retreat all the way down the ice. Martin. Get it over to Haugen. Haugen will pass it up to Martin. Martin along the left side. That's a drop pass to Parente, who tries to kick it around the boards. Finds an opening, he shoots, he scores! Ryan Bailey! What a play! A chip and go from behind the net. We're tied!
That's 2 goals in less than probably around 2 minutes, if I had to guess. But Declan Conway, man, what a pass. He was behind the net, a no-look pass, eyes in the back of his head, and Bailey was just, Bailey with the great release, and we talked about it. It all started with one, and they got the one, and they got the second one, so now we're tied. Whole new ball game, Nick.
That's just that offensive zone awareness, and this Ice Dawgs team, which felt like it was absent for most of the second period, is alive and well here as the second period will wind down. And here comes an offensive zone opportunity. Nice save by Haugen. It looks like it tipped off the top of his glove, and he'll turn that one aside. Purton along the left side. He'll drop it off to Deagle. That puck will shoot all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off, no call. So both teams playing back and forth here in the neutral zone. Knoll has it along the right circle, tries to find somebody along the left side. He was unable to connect with Moore, and there's a scrimmage with Watson along the left side. He wants a penalty, but he's not going to get it. No arm is up. Moore will take it away. He'll find Watson in the neutral zone. Watson will get over to Conway. McCarthy will take it right from him. And here comes an offensive zone opportunity and another near miss by the Spartans. They've been pretty unfortunate with some of their offensive zone opportunities. In Conway trying to get a cross-crease pass over. He's unable to. Georgia playing with fire right now. Ice Dawgs will take it away. Bailey will try to wrap it around to Martin. Martin will chip it up the zone. He'll try to find Parente. Parente skating hard, but Klingbeil will get there out of his crease on time to hold it. 26 seconds left in the second frame.
I think that first goal lit a fire underneath Georgia. They've been playing some good hockey the last 3 minutes of the period. And going back to that third and tying goal, that first line of all seniors of Parente, Bailey, and Conway just connects again and continues to produce. Ryan Bailey now has 21 points on the year, 12 goals. And Georgia now, we were talking about earlier, their streak of 3+ goals. It's now 9, so very impressive from the Georgia offense.
Haugen's shot is blocked out in front. Another shot block, and the Spartans might have the opportunity. That shot is off the blocker of Haugen. A relatively easy stop. 12 seconds left. And Parente might have an opportunity with 8 seconds left. Parente shoots, and it's just wide of the right post.
Man, would that have been nice if you're the Ice Dawgs.
Parente, the captain, showing off his speed there as the clock winds down, trying to get something going there. You know, I actually talked to Parente this past week about his leadership with this team. You know, there's a lot of new guys. There was 9 seniors that left last year, so he's been a big part of trying to gather the guys together and really make it a solid group, and I think he's done a great job. They're obviously on a 6-game win streak. And that'll be it. And Martin's shot was almost found a hole, but nonetheless, we end the period 3-3 tied. Ice Dawgs find some life at the end of the second period, and if you stay put, we'll have a lot to talk about with the second intermission report. We'll be back.
Welcome to the second intermission report. I'm Rin Grimsley, joined by Ryan Baxter. Ryan, it was tied at first intermission, 1-1, and Michigan State got up 3-1. UGA eventually came back. What changed in that second period?
Honestly, I don't really know what the coaches had to say, but something he said fired them up. You know, Georgia looked kind of lethargic throughout that period, and all of a sudden Kerrigan with an absolutely beautiful tip goes right over the blocker side, and then Georgia decides to wake up, put one more in the net, and here they are tied at 3.
Yeah, and we went to overtime yesterday. What's it going to take for either of these teams to come out on top today?
If I'm being honest, it's one lucky shot. Both these teams are going to come out firing in this third period, and the one's going to sneak it by the goaltender is the one's going to bring it home.
All right, well, I'm excited for the third period. We'll have Nick and Evan calling it. We'll see you right here on UGA Hockey YouTube channel.
Welcome back into Akins Ford Arena for the third and final period of play. In regulation, at least. I'm not sure if we'll see overtime tonight, but nonetheless, Evan, 2 goals, 44 seconds. Something flipped for Georgia late in that second period.
Yeah, you said it, 44 seconds, and we were talking the whole second period. Georgia just kept getting those chances, those opportunities, those icings that lead to offensive zone draws, and they capitalized on a penalty. And all they needed was that 1 goal from Charlie Kerrigan, that great deflection. And we're tied, and we got a whole new ball game in 20 minutes, maybe more, maybe 25, maybe some shootout too. Who knows? But it should be a great finish.
Well, they were doing the little things right, I kind of noticed. I mean, they started to connect more on a lot of their passes. I mean, obviously, with that second goal, Conway not even looking at the pass over. But, I mean, the team looks like they're starting to connect more, and Michigan State looks like they ran out of gas throughout that second frame. So I'm curious to see how they're going to attack this third period of play.
I'm curious to see how deep into the bench head coach John Kemp goes. You know, we saw Brandon Ng and Wyatt McAvoy and Jake Green have a couple shifts, and we saw Nate Haley play a little bit. And Brandon Ng drew that penalty that led to the Charlie Kerrigan goal. So I'm curious to see how far into the bench Coach John Kemp goes in this third period.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. Sometimes you just got to completely change some things up to find a new spark, and that's what he did. That's what a good head coach does, and it succeeded. It worked. So we'll see how everything goes. Curious to see where this third period of play kind of takes us, and looks like the refs are talking with a couple of the players down on ice side while we get ready for the opening draw face-off. Players circling in anticipation.
While we have a second, I want to talk some football. I'm curious what your thoughts on Georgia football.
Okay.
How far do you think they make it? Do we get the SEC championship? I'm just curious. Give me a little rundown inside Nick Erickson's mind.
So we were actually talking about this pregame while the Georgia game was still going on against Mississippi State. And I mean, if you look at the SEC lineup, I'm pretty sure they're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 11 with Texas. I mean, that's a really hard lineup. I mean, if there was ever a doubt that the football runs through the SEC, I mean, just look at the top 10 standings, because it's all us.
100%.
So, I mean, as far as making it to that SEC championship, we'll kind of see. It's going to be a battle. Lately we've kind of been struggling. The secondary, obviously the defense has shown some struggles. They played great today. I'm curious to kind of see how it goes. But as far as SEC championship goes, I want to say maybe. But I mean, Alabama and Texas A&M, those guys are standing in our way.
Yeah, and I personally think that not making the SEC championship wouldn't be the end of the world, because we saw it last year. All those teams that got that first round bye lost in the second round, lost in those neutral site games, and didn't get that home game. So I'm curious to see, or intrigued to see, if Georgia makes it and what the outcome is on them making it or not making it.
Yeah, I'm curious to kind of see that too. And I mean, the whole new playoff system this year, I mean, it came out and it looks like we had Memphis going first.
Right.
And I mean,
Memphis did just lose. So
they did just lose. So it's already shaken up. But if you look at that second round, I mean, you assume that you beat Memphis, hopefully. No disrespect to Memphis. But, I mean, you look at that second round, and, I mean, Georgia's already got Alabama.
And then if they win that, they probably play the number 1 seed, Ohio State, if it stays how it is right now, obviously. Or just after the first release. But
yeah, we still got, 4 more weeks.
You still got to get through Texas and Georgia Tech if you're Georgia, so.
Yep. So, I mean, it's going to be super interesting. I think it said today on their broadcast that Georgia had a 92% chance of making the playoff with the win against Mississippi State. They did. So, I mean, assuming that everything kind of goes well the next couple weeks,
100%.
I'm sure we'll see them in the playoffs. But, I mean,
how
honestly,
sick would a home game be here? I mean,
it'd be electric. I don't know when the last time we had a playoff home game here
that'd
was.
Be unbelievable.
Can't really remember. But nonetheless, I mean, Georgia football is always going to be Georgia football.
Always.
They're going to be fun. They're going to be entertaining.
I just saw they just got the 900th win in program history. Only the 9th college to ever do that, which is so, I mean, unbelievable. Well, let's play some hockey, I guess.
Well, back to hockey. We'll head back to center ice for the opening draw of period number 3. You can see Zachary Knoll on the face-off there. The Spartans will win it back, but great back check there by Spencer Watson to try to put some pressure. It looks like the Dogs are coming out firing. Knoll trying to find Watson. That puck will jump into the glove of Klingbeil. So a lot of scrappiness to start this opening frame. I mean, the back check was phenomenal on that rush, and I mean, just because of that, Evan, I mean, they have an offensive zone faceoff.
Right, absolutely. It's that extra pressure. It's that extra step that leads to an offensive zone draw.
You know, Zachary Knoll tried to find the man in the slot. He was unable to, and the puck will go all the way down the ice for an icing. 31-22 on the shots in favor of Georgia. We saw a lot more quality towards the end of that second period, and so far starting to see some more here. And that shot right off the draw, like we were talking about before. Watson tried it on the left side of that right circle, and Klingbeil was there to make the stop.
Yeah, you mentioned those shots off the faceoffs earlier. The problem with that is that there's no screen in front, and Klingbeil saw it the whole way in. Well, got a hand pass, but going back to that shot, Klingbeil saw it the whole way in right into his stomach. So, yes, it was a great opportunity, but not much damage when you shoot it right at them.
You know, on the other side of that, though, you do get the quickness.
Right, 100%. It's definitely a great opportunity, and if you could place it top corner, I mean, probably goes in a lot of times.
That pass, or shot maybe even, to Zachary Knoll was hit off a defender out in front. Knoll has it along the right circle. Knoll trying to find more in the center, but Klingbeil is there to jump out of his crease and pounce on it for another stoppage. 2 turnovers from Michigan State right there, so a little sloppy in the first 50 seconds for them. We'll see if they can clean that up. Well, it looks like we'll have the captains out on the ice here. The trio, main captain Evan Parente, and then assistant captains Conway and Bailey along that right side. Bailey wins the draw. He tries to find Parente on the other side of the net. He's unable to. Miller trying to keep it in, and the puck will escape all the way down the ice. Larson gets it up to Bailey. Bailey cross-ice pass, can't find Parente, but the puck finds Bailey again as he dumps it into the zone. Parente chases after it, and he blows up Erning on the left side. A nice hit. Dogs playing with physicality here to open this frame up. Miller behind the net will try to find Bailey, but an errored pass leads to a defensive zone draw. I mean, this team looks completely brand new compared to the team that we've seen in the past 2 periods, or I should say period in 17 minutes.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's 17 minutes. That's a good one, because they had a really good 3 minutes of play, including those 44-second apart goals. But I would say that this is a very good start for Georgia. They seem like they have their legs under them a little bit, and they're beating Michigan State to the loose pucks using their physicality. Ryan Bailey had a great hit earlier, preventing the puck from getting into the from getting into the zone. So, yeah, Georgia's playing well so far. We'll see what happens in the next 18 minutes.
Yeah, the Spartans are really forcing Georgia's offense to be, more near the blue line and on the outside. They're really shutting down the slot really well. And I mean, we just saw it there on that zone where, 4 defenders kind of just enclosed Conway and really just shut down that opportunity. So Georgia's either going to have to attack with some speed to get into that slot or find a good shot opportunity and set something up, as Haugen will gobble that one up. So Georgia and the Spartans will go for a line change here. Still tied 3-3 here in this third frame. If you're just joining us, it's been a great game.
Yeah, it has. I mean, back and forth, 1-0, 1-1, 3-1, and now 3-3 is where we stand. So, big hit in the corner.
A big hit along that left side, and you can see, and a great save by Haugen, and the whistle's going to blow. Yeah, I'm not sure who went down in that left side, but he's slow to get up. Looks like everybody will go check on him. But he skates off in his own will. That's always a good sign. Hockey injuries are scary. Tyler Stewart, who we haven't really seen much of tonight, the Cumming, Georgia native, taking a seat on the bench. He'll get checked out, but he was slow to get up.
Yeah, good to see that Stewart's back up. But in terms of action, I mean, what a save from Isaac Haugen there. Because Stewart was injured and on the ground in the corner, he made a fantastic save with his right skate, preventing the Spartans from getting the go-ahead goal. So that's a big save from Isaac Haugen right there.
Haugen's kept them in this game. I mean, the Spartans have had some good offensive opportunities. It's just Haugen's just been better.
Yeah, he's made a number of grade A soaring chance saves. We saw one down here in the second period on the trailer. It was Purton that time, and he made a great save with his glove. So he's definitely having a great game today.
Lucia's shot will go into the shoulder of Haugen for another draw. Looks like Camp wants a different line out there, so send out some fresh bodies, including Bill Martin on defense. Dogs win it. They'll try to chip it out of the zone. It doesn't work. Tries to shoot it towards the net. Trying to dump it. A poor attempt as it just hits right smack off the boards. Nice use of physicality by Nate Haley as they'll send him out. He's been a little scrappy tonight, really getting into areas and helping them find more opportunities as another guy is down for Georgia. Klingbeil scooped that one up. I'm not sure who that is. We'll see once he turns in, but he's really struggling and laboring to get back to the bench.
I think it's Nate Haley over there, number 8. I think he might have just went either knee to knee or skate to the leg, it looked like. But he can't really put much pressure on that left leg. So that's 2 injured players for the Bulldogs in the last 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll see how deep Coach Camp now needs to go.
I'm assuming we'll probably see some new faces here, but I mean, that's the price for playing with physicality.
And physical hockey both ways leads to those injuries. It's not that Michigan State is being too physical. It's just that Georgia's throwing their bodies around and making that extra hit. So that's what you were talking about in terms of the physical play.
Tyler Kolb's shot is turned aside. Mitchell will have it along the right side. He'll get it behind the net. Georgia tries to get it out, but it's held in. Mitchell along the right side, on the right circle. He shoots into the chest of Haugen, and looks like some scrimmaging behind the net afterwards as a defender might have hit Haugen after he made the save.
Some extracurriculars after the whistle, Nick, but I'm just wondering if those extracurriculars lead to penalties and which team takes that irresponsible and isn't disciplined in terms of taking penalties.
I mean, at this point in the game, you can't really...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You can't afford
your emotions
100%.
to get in the way. It's a tie game. It's neck and neck. This is anybody's game, so...
There's a fine line between physical and relentless and just stupid in terms of physicality and what you do with your stick and your body.
Well, Bailey's line is back out on the ice. Conway will skate along the right circle. Conway trying to get a redirect out in front of the net. And the Spartans will get it out. Conway back with it. Toe drag, shot, rebound, and it's off the boards. Great example of following through with your shot. Haugen along the blue line. That shot is tipped into the right corner. Parente has it. Haugen keeps it in. Haugen. One-time shot and a save by Klingbeil. Oh, my goodness. The sprawling desperation save. And Parente is in disbelief, and so is Conway as they look around. Klingbeil stands firm.
It's another example of his speed going side to side as he robs Ryan Bailey. It's a great pass from Truman Haugen corner to corner in terms of the offensive zone. And that's just a great save by Aiden Klingbeil. And right before that, Declan Conway had a great release. And that's what I was talking about in terms of his penalty shot. That release is special. So going back to the penalty shot, but that's hindsight.
Well, Haugen has it in the neutral zone. He elects to dump it. Conway chasing after it. Back checks the defender, tries to find Bailey out in front, but he doesn't. He's met by Thomas Purton, who will skate it up the ice. Purton comes to fall on the ice. A nice hit there. Couple hits from Ryan Bailey, who we've seen be physical before. And it looks like there's going to be a whistle. We'll see what the call is.
They're going to give Ryan Bailey an elbowing penalty, it looks like.
I'm not sure if it was on that first or second hit. I mean, you saw it there in the neutral zone. I mean, the second hit looked like he might have went a little high, but I didn't think it was anything crazy. The ref saw something else, and the Spartans are going to go on the power play for the first time in a while.
Well, Georgia scored shorthanded earlier in the game, so don't count the Dogs out in terms of scoring here. They've scored power play goal, penalty kill goal, shorthanded goal that is, and a 5-on-5 goal, so they can do it in all ways.
Well, watch out for Mitchell as he skates and tries to get through the defenders of Georgia. That shot is turned out in the corner. Spartans come up with it. Mitchell, blue line. One-time opportunity is shut down by Haugen. And the Dogs will get it out. Kolb has it along the right side. He'll circle the boards to Sean McCarthy. Bouncing puck. McCarthy keeps it in along the right side. That puck, it looked like it might have been deflected off of a defender's stick. So Martin will go after it, but he's unable to get it. Spartans keep the puck in the zone. Mitchell over to the left circle. Spartans being really patient with it here. Got to watch out and apply pressure as that shot is turned aside by Haugen. As it looks like there's going to be another whistle. We'll see what this is. Evan?
I think it's going to be on Michigan State, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to make it 4-on-4. Oh, and he does not like it. I can't tell who that is because the number isn't showing. It looks like Sean McCarthy. He doesn't like.
Looks like
I'm wrong. It's Ian Chapsky.
Ian Chapsky will be headed to the bench.
They're going to give him first slash, and he slams that door with some frustration. So we'll go to 4-on-4. Georgia escapes. But yeah, you were saying Michigan State was so patient there. They set up a couple one-timers for Donovan Mitchell. But regardless, Georgia did a great job keeping everything to the outside. They might have had one or two chances in between the circles, but we'll play some 4-on-4 and see if Georgia can get another type of goal.
Well, it's only 4-on-4 for another 45 seconds, and then Georgia will be on the man advantage for about a little over a minute. So a costly error by the Spartans will lead to a Ice Dawgs power play here soon. The Spartans have it in the neutral zone, trying to set something up. Mitchell on the left side, he's been everywhere. That shot is shot just wide. Lucia got too much on it, and a big hit along the right side. Parente has it. With loads of speed, he'll skate it up, tries to get around Mitchell, but he's unable to. Milakrinakis. His shot is off the right pad of Haugen. Spartans keep it in.
Georgia's now in the power play, so Michigan State's going to take as much time as they can off that clock.
Conway signals for a line change. Dogs getting settled, getting a new line out there to get something going. 12:20 left in the third period. We're still tied 3 apiece. Watson has it behind the net. Dogs have it along the blue line. Being patient with it. We'll try to find more. He does along the blue line. Martin, drop pass over to Moore on the left side. Shot from the left circle is off the blad of the blocker of Klingbeil. Dogs keep it in. Watson acting as the screen in front. Moore with the shot as that's wide off the right side of the post. As we go back to full strength for both sides. It's 5-on-5, and that puck will go all the way down the ice. Haugen signals for icing. He'll get it.
Yeah, you said it. Spencer Watson was standing in there, and Klingbeil was trying to wiggy his way in and out of that screen and try and get eyes on the puck. And that's the situation where Evan Moore just got to hit the net. 2 opportunities, one of them blocked, another one missed just wide left. So if you throw the puck on net in that situation, good things can happen when you have a man in front like that.
Good keep in, as they'll just shoot it right on net just to get a shot off, and it'll be another draw. Good play by Warmath. Didn't really like what he saw there, just threw it towards the goalie and hoped something would happen. I mean, worst case scenario, he stops it, just getting another face-off, and Noel will stay out there with his unit with Moore on his left. Spartans win the draw. Good keep-in by Moore, heads-up play of just throwing it towards the net. And Watson was there for the rebound, but Klingbeil will hold on to it. Oh, that could be a penalty because it was in the defensive zone. I'm not sure if they'll call it or not.
It must have been deflected.
I'm not sure if it was deflected or if he just shot it right out. But it looks like it was just tipped possibly. So we'll keep at even strength, and Noel will have another offensive opportunity. Moore's shot is just above the crossbar. Big hit there by Tyler Stewart. Glad to see he's back in the lineup and okay. Chapsky passes it over. Try to find Lipinski on the pass, but is unable to. That'll be an icing, and the Dogs will have another draw. Lots of neutral zone battle here in the past 10 minutes. We're almost halfway through this third frame, and not much has happened just yet.
Not much at all, but like Ryan said in the intermission report, all it takes is one shot, and I'm intrigued to see who does it for which team. Will it be that first line, or will it be a third or fourth line player for either team?
Well, good keep in, and Punzenberger almost had a one-on-one opportunity, but was unable to settle the puck. Dogs keep it in. So that shot from Miller was wide. Punzenberger keeps it in. Punzenberger, the one-time shot is turned aside by Klingbeil. Another great stop. Both goaltenders keeping it in for both sides. That shot is blocked off the blocker of Klingbeil, and we'll have another draw.
The physicality guy has turned up a notch in this third period, in my eyes. I think both teams see how important this period is in terms of their season. I mean, yes, they both have 8 wins and 9 wins respectively, but getting to that level is a big thing for these teams.
And not just the physicality, but I mean, Georgia has surpassed 40 shots, which is a pretty incredible feat. I mean, they are really testing Klingbeil.
And he's made some really good saves in this third period. Another one right there was Punzenberger over to, I think, Jordan Sirota. Regardless, he's made some big saves, and I think Georgia's probably approaching 20 shots for this period. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they had 27 after 2, and now they're at 44 just halfway through this period, so they can reach up 50.
Well, Howe going to hold on to that one, and Georgia's going to have to defend in their own zone, but Aiden Klingbeil has a goal against average of 3.2, and I mean, he's lived up to that potential tonight, only allowing 3 so far. He's 3-2 in 5 games played, only allowing 16 goals with 151 saves. So he's had truly an incredible night for the Spartans and really has kept them in this game.
Yeah, his save percentage is up like 9-10, if I'm not mistaken, which is a really good save percentage. So he's definitely playing some good hockey this year.
Klingbeil will play it over to his teammate Mitchell. As that puck, it looks like it'll go out of bounds. Looks like Haugen will stay on the ice. We'll have Parente, Conway, Bailey, and Martin. So we'll have the captain line here with 9:23 left. Conway wins the draw. Bailey will try to get a shot off immediately. Defender falls to the ice. Looks like the puck might have been underneath him. The whistle blows, and we'll just have another offensive zone draw. Seems like both teams have really cleaned up their game. You know, there's a lot of sloppy passes and stuff, but it looks to be getting better.
I would definitely agree in terms of that for the Georgia side of things, but I've seen a couple turnovers in terms of the Michigan State side in this third period.
Well, nice give and go to Conway, who was thinking about going back to Bailey, but he was covered. Conway tries to throw it on net, but it's blocked. Good keeping by Haugen there. Parente along the left side. Parente, good job of trying to keep it in. Conway will try to shoot it, and another shot block out in front. So the Spartans really narrowing their shots. A good block by Conway to just keep it in the zone, but Spartans have an offensive zone draw. Lucia's shot looks like it might have deflected out of play.
I think that grazed the iron. Whether
I did
that's
hear something. I was not sure.
it might have been off the left post or the crossbar. I'm not too sure, but we'll get another offensive zone draw for Michigan State.
Well, Lucia will go to the face-off dot for the Spartans, and the Dogs will try to continue to tame them. Martin will spin around and try to get it to Parente, but is unable to. Dogs doing a good job there of shutting down the slot. He'll chug up the zone. That pass to Martin is just out of his reach. Martin gains back the possession. Martin has it along the right or the left circle. Bailey behind the net. Slicing through the left circle. Haugen over to Bailey. Bailey loses it as the puck bounces, and the Spartans will get it out of play. Lucia chases after it, but Haugen grabs it. Well, the pass up to McCarthy is successful as the green sweaters will go up. That shot is tipped off of the glove of Haugen. We've seen that a couple times where he's been unable to hang on to it, but I mean, the important part is that he blocked it.
Keep an eye out for number 16, Sean McCarthy, in the last 7 minutes and 30 seconds. He's got 12 goals on the year. He got another one last night. If someone's going to score for Michigan State, my prediction is him.
Well, put in your parlays, put in your bets. Here comes Spencer Watson. A nice move trying to get around the defender, but the puck will escape him as that puck hits off of McCarthy. The Spartans will have it. Haugen turns that puck aside over. Puck in the neutral zone. Moore was looming, but nonetheless, Lipinski was there. Earring has it. Beauchart. That puck bouncing in the crease, but the defender's doing a good job of keeping it away. Tried to just shoot it on net and get a tip, but it didn't work. Moore tries to find the puck. He's unable to. So the Spartans have really controlled these past couple minutes, but here comes the Dogs, and Punzenberger unable to get a shot off on a bouncing puck. McCarthy over to Beauchart. And a lucky line change leads to a possession for the Spartans. That shot into the chest of Haugen. 6:06 left in this third period, 46 shots. Georgia nearing their 50th shot of the game. I mean, Klingbeil has been getting peppered, but has stood strong.
Yeah, he's been a topic of discussion the whole broadcast, it feels like, but we've been discussing his size, his speed side to side, and he's had a really good hockey game, Klingbeil.
Dogs win the draw, trying to get it up the ice. Punzenberger misses it. That puck will go all the way down. Ref tells him to keep going. It looks like a defender for the Spartans, Lipinski, lost his stick. Looks like there's going to be a whistle. Offsides is the call.
Two really good hockey games from these two teams the past two nights.
It's been super entertaining.
Right. You got a barn burner last night, and you got a back-and-forth game tonight.
We'll see. We got 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to
And
determine
plot is
the
only
winner in
thickening.
regulation.
100%.
Lipinski has it, Tries to find an open teammate as a couple of Spartans will hit the deck. Dogs have it. That's Kerrigan with a nice back pass. Tries to find Kerrigan again. He's unable to, but a nice try of trying to set something up. Spartans have it. And an erred pass leads to a shot on net for Sirota. Good heads-up play. Was trying to find Kerrigan in the process. He was unable to. There's a shot from the neutral zone that might have glazed Klingbin. Big hit along the boards. Spartans trying to get possession.
And here's that fourth line, so call it, that drew that penalty in the second period. Brandon Ing, Nate Haley, and Wyatt McAvoy. So they get their first shift in the third period with 4 minutes left.
Well, if it's not broken, you don't got to fix it, and that's what Camp is trying to, prove here with this line. Haugen will take a defender down to the ice, but the Dogs will take it up the ice. Drop pass to McAvoy fails, and Milakronix heads right back up the ice. But the Dogs now have an opportunity, so some back and forth hockey. A give and go, a nice opportunity, and a nice move by Brandon Ing to try to get something going. Good to see that he's back up as well. Parente has it. Circles the right circle. He'll elect to dump it in. McAvoy tries to find the puck. Parente picks it back up. Parente over to the blue line. Shot on goal is blocked out in front. Lucia has had a couple block shots tonight, and he continues to do so. And here in the third period, as a whistle blows, it looks like it'll be
We're going to get another icing. I'm surprised on that call as well, Nick. It looked like they were both going for the puck, and I don't even know if it made it to the red line all the way down there. So, interesting call there from the linesman. But yeah, you were saying it, Lucia blocking shots. The whole Michigan State team has blocked shots. Georgia has 47 shots on goal. I think they're probably running up to 100 shot attempts. I mean, they've just been throwing pucks on net, and here's another example of that. In terms of missed shots or block shots, they're probably up there, close to 100.
Bailey has it. Tries to find Conway in the neutral zone. He's unable to. Brandon Earing will pick it up. Tries to find an open Spartan. He's unable to. And now Bailey has it. He'll try to hit an awkward angled shot. And Klingbeil elects to hold on to the puck on the side of the net. So, well, with 3 minutes left, Eye of the Tiger plays. And the Ice Dawgs trying to have that eye and the bite to try to edge the Spartans team out of contention. Well, that shot on goal, a tricky tip, but Haugen, a good heads-up play to really stay with it, and now Ryan Bailey has it.
A really good deflection there by Kyle Lucia, again, number 11. That's a great save by Isaac Haugen, keeping the score even.
Well, we're seeing a lot of the captains here in this towards the end of this third period. And Camp is sending out his Avengers, if you will, to try to put the dagger in this one, as that shot attempt is just high. McCarthy will try to dump it into the zone, try to chase it himself. Scrimmage for it behind the boards. With some good defense. Fight for it along the left side. Dogs come up with it. That pass is just out of the reach of Moore, and Dogs will have to retreat back into their zone. But here's a nice takeaway. And he's taken down to the ice, but no arm is up from the referee, nor does he move when the puck is right next to him.
I said it earlier, but if that's not a trip, I don't know what it is. But
Well, Purton's pass over hits Purton and looked like it might have went just past that left post. Spartans have it. Burton wants it along the right blue line. Dogs will try to get it out, and it just squeezed passes that blue line.
I think the tired legs for both teams are starting to kick in. We played some extra hockey last night, and it's 2 games in 13 hours for these squads. So in the last minute of this game, I think the tired legs are starting to sit in.
And that shot was fanned on. Another opportunity for Bailey. No arm is up. It looks like the 2 players were tangled. Looks like some holding, some fighting there. Bailey tries to retrieve the puck in the right circle. Miller along the left boards. Bailey has it. 27 seconds left in regulation. Conway will shoot it on net. The rebound is just out of the reach of Bailey, and that puck will go all the way down the ice. And it looks like it's going to be icing. No,
it just
not.
stopped right
Waved
before the
off.
line. The puck has a mind of itself.
So 5 seconds left. And by the looks of it, this one is also going to need extra time. So 3-3, the shots end up being 49-33 in favor of Georgia. And it looks like we're headed to overtime. Evan, your thoughts?
Man, what a game. That's my initial thought after 60 minutes of play, but I mean, if you're both of these teams, you got to be tired. That's 2 nights in a row of extra hockey, and it's just really high-level, high-quality hockey, back-and-forth pace, opportunity here, opportunity there for both teams.
Well, we were talking about the similarities between these 2 teams. I mean, the records are super similar. Obviously, the opponents are different, but I mean, as far as their record goes, it's vaguely almost the same. UGA going 8-4-1, and Michigan State going 9-3-1. So obviously Georgia having that 1 game advantage, but even so, I mean, these 2 teams have really similar builds.
Yeah, and you wouldn't expect it because like we were talking about earlier, Michigan up north, Georgia down south, you don't really expect similarities in terms of hockey, of all sports, but that's what we got here. And Georgia went up north to start their year. They had NC State, they had UNC, they had Minnesota in a 2-game set, and that's where the majority of their losses come from. And when the Dogs came back south, they've been dominating the Southern Conference of hockey. So very similar teams, very similar builds are matching here in overtime.
Well, the goalies will switch sides of the ice. And if you're not familiar with overtime here in college, it's only 5 minutes. And if it can't be solved in 5 minutes, we'll head to a shootout, I believe. So lots of fun up ahead. And the Dogs trying to have the Spartans ride back on a 13-hour bus ride unhappy. Dogs trying to sweep. That shot is off the shoulder of Haugen. He dives on top of it.
How's that for a start 9 seconds in?
Well, the Spartans coming out angry. They don't want to end like last night. They want it all. You know, McCarthy and Borchardt out there trying to just end things. McCarthy over to Borchardt. Borchardt trying to dig through Georgia defenders. He's unable to because of Truman Haugen's size. Haugen, good defensive play, trying to get the puck away. That centering pass is almost there, and it looked like Haugen's stick got caught up with Borchardt.
What a deflection by Donovan Mitchell right there. That's a great save yet again.
Haugen has it. He'll slow it down as Georgia gets a line change in. Haugen skates it in with Kerrigan. Kerrigan has it. He's going to want to take it himself. That shot is again blocked out front. And an errant pass. Goalie's out of the crease. Where's the puck? And the puck's in the back of the net, but the ref blowed it dead. An unfortunate turn of events for Georgia. The ref blows his whistle when he can't see the puck.
You know, that's the job of the ref. You don't see the puck in terms of when the puck is near the net, you blow the whistle, and that's exactly what he did. Just very unfortunate for Georgia.
Georgia wins that face-off. Martin has it. Martin skates around the right circle. Gets it across the blue line. Finds Zachary Knoll, whose shot is tipped and out of play again. Another souvenir for a fan.
A fascinating thing about 3-on-3 overtime is the possession game. It's so fun watching these teams,
Yeah, I mean,
battle for possession, because all it takes is 1 2-on-1 rush. That's all it takes.
they're not going to be aggressive. They're going
Right.
to wait for their opportunities. And because when you're aggressive, I mean, it's 3-on-3. You're going to get burnt out if you're too aggressive. And then all of a sudden you have a 2-on-1 the other way. So you got to be careful as Klingbeil will shut that shot down.
Georgia's at 53 shots, Nick. An unreal amount. Klingbeil is playing phenomenal hockey.
I mean, both goaltenders have just faced a plethora of shots
Yeah.
tonight, and it's been a goalie's game for sure. Georgia has the draw. Knoll trying to chip it back to himself. He's unable to. Spartans have it in the neutral zone. Are slow with it. They retain possession along the blue line. Along the right circle, that's off the blocker of Haugen as he stands firm. McCarthy along the left side. McCarthy. And it looks like Moore and McAvoy surrounded those two offensemen for the Spartans, and they're forced out of the zone.
You got some tired Bulldogs there on the rush, but they get a change, it looks like.
Well, a nice hit from Martin, really shutting down that, and here comes Moore the other way. Moore has it, left circle. Circles the net. Patiently tries to find somebody to pass to, and he does. But again, Georgia not willing to play that aggressive game as Conway comes off the bench, and here's Ryan Bailey. Bailey loses the puck. Spartans trying to find something. Haugen has it. Chugs up the far boards. Haugen. Pass attempt over behind the net. Tries to find a centering pass to Bailey out in front. He's unable to, and it's going to be a one-on-one the other way. Haugen. That shot is shot just behind the net. Looked like Conway might have been cherry picking a little bit there, trying to find any opportunity. His drop passes caught off guard, and there's no Ice Dog to get possession of it. Haugen has it behind his own net. Both teams really fighting for it. Looks like there's a lot of tired bodies on the ice right now.
A long shift for Truman Haugen. Long shift.
Minute 21 left here in overtime. And a nice tip by Knoll. He might have the opportunity on a breakaway. Knoll on it. He shoots, and it's off the pad of Klingbeil.
What a game from Klingbeil. I mean, another save. A great play by Zach Knoll, deflecting the puck out of their own zone and just turning on the Jets to get a breakaway.
Knoll
Just
calls
couldn't get
for
it
the
by.
line change, and he's had a lot of opportunities and has contributed to a lot of the small successes that Georgia has had tonight. Here come the Ice Dogs up the neutral zone, but it's cut off by the Spartans. Milakronakis has it. Georgia will take it away. Martin patiently awaits Moore. Moore has it now. Tries to get it up to Conway. He's unable to. Here come the Spartans as he elects to shoot. And Haugen again comes up with a stop. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I actually can, considering we're 65 minutes in, about to be on 65 minutes in. It's just a goaltending matchup, like you said. A great save by Haugen there, following the save by Klingbeil on the other side, and these goalies came to play today. It's hard to get one by them right now.
Well, Georgia in their defensive zone right now. There's 14 seconds left here in overtime, and the last thing you want to do is just let a quick shot off the faceoff go. Georgia does a good job of limiting that, and Parente's going to go up the ice. 8 seconds left. Parente has it. Parente in the slot, shoots into the chest of Klingbeil. 3 seconds left on the clock. Evan, looks like we might need more time for this one.
Yeah, last night we did see Michigan State score in the third period with 3 seconds remaining, so don't put it past anyone in the matchup of these teams, because it seems like anything's possible.
All right.
But yeah, we're probably going to go to a shootout. I think they're going to pull the goalie, it looks like, to try and get a fourth man on.
Yeah, Haugen is coming out of his crease. He didn't know if Camp wanted him to come. Camp is waving him back into his crease, so it looks like it's going to stay a 3-on-3. There's too many men on the ice for Georgia. A little bit of confusion. They thought that they pulled their goalie.
I think there's too much time to do that.
Puck will go all the way down the zone. Horn blows, and we're going to need extra time. If this game wasn't riveting enough, it just got a lot more interesting. So we're headed to a shootout.
So we saw Declan Conway on his penalty shot. I wonder if that gives Georgia a little edge in terms of knowing what the goalie is going to do, Aiden Klingbeil, as Klingbeil and Haugen fist bump each other heading back to their own bench.
Well, Conway had that penalty shot, and then Knoll towards the end of that overtime or third period had also that breakaway. So it'll be interesting to see if they picked anything up. So it looks like A.J. Campbell's going to be the first one up for the Spartans in this shootout. As the Red Coat Band plays a tune for Haugen as he skates back to his crease, Campbell gets ready. And the shootout here in Akins is about to be underway.
Skills competition. Let's see who the most skillful person is.
Shootouts are always just so fun.
Of course.
They're one of my favorite things.
What's not to like about it? But you did say it earlier. It's lonely. It's very lonely, like you were talking about earlier.
You can get in your head.
You get in your head. It's you and one other guy.
You're not an NHL professional. You don't have enough skill to just know what you're going to do going in and be able to execute it perfectly. These kids are still in college. They're developing still. So, being alone sometimes can make you rethink a lot of things. You just need to go in with the mindset of what you want to do and stick to it. Don't try to get fancy with it.
And if you're a goalie, being patient's the biggest thing. Make them make the first move. Don't stick your don't poke your stick out, and let them make the first move.
Well, here comes Campbell. He'll skate far on the right side. Shoots wide of that right post. So Campbell misses. And let's see who Georgia selects to come out for the first shooter.
I think Declan Conway is going to have his redemption try right here against Aiden Klingbeil.
So Conway's on his revenge tour against Klingbeil, trying to get one pass. Let's see if the second try works. Looks like the ref will go check on Klingbeil, make sure he's ready. Conway skating in anticipation, and here he comes. Whistle blows. Conway goes back to that left side, cuts into that neutral zone, shoots into the glove of Klingbeil, and he did virtually the same thing that he did before.
He did the same thing in terms of how he entered the zone, but this time he just shot it, which is what we were talking about. And I would say both times Declan Conway has stepped up to the plate, he's gone very slow. It's very important to be a shooter. Going in with speed gives you an advantage.
Well, here comes the Spartans. That shot goes top shelf over the left shoulder of Haugen. McCarthy finally gets one in the net tonight. He's been everywhere. Him and Mitchell have really been lights that have illuminated the path for this Spartans team.
That was a very, very, very patient play there from Sean McCarthy. And like I was saying earlier, if someone was going to score, it's him. It doesn't count, but he did score.
Well, here's Bailey. He'll too go to the left side. Cuts into the slot, shoots, it's off the post, and it'll shoot way over the netting behind the boards. And now Georgia's down 1-0 in the shootout.
Here's another opportunity for Isaac Haugen to step up to the plate. He needs to save here, or else the Dogs will lose. So we'll see who it is for Michigan State.
With the game on the line, Spartans have it, shoots, and a save made by Haugen.
I think that one hit the crossbar as well. that was Tyler Kolb coming in, and I think he beat Isaac Haugen, but he didn't beat the post. And we'll see who head coach John Kemp will send out with the game on the line, needing a goal. It's going to be Evan Moore.
Moore, the first goal scorer for Georgia tonight, will circle center ice in anticipation of trying to tie this shootout up. He too goes to the left. Georgia repeating their patterns. Moore in, shoots, and it's off the glove of Klingbeil, and the Spartans will win this one. Final score 4-3 in the shootout, and they'll split this series with Georgia. Evan, overall a really well played game for both sides. Georgia, just like the Spartans last night, crawling back in and trying to force overtime. They did, went to the shootout. They weren't able to get it done.
Yeah, that's just a great two-game series by both teams. Both games were riveting. Fantastic hockey both ways. Extra time for both games. And that's some great hockey.
Well, as both of the teams line up for high fives, we'll say goodbye. But before we say goodbye, we're also going to have a post-game show. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to the post-game show here in Akins Ford Arena. I'm Ren Grimsley, joined by Ryan Baxter. Ryan, an unfortunate loss here, 4-3 in a shootout, but a very exciting game nonetheless. What'd you think?
I mean, it was an absolutely outstanding game. We went all the way to shootouts here. They did get the win in the shootout, Michigan State. You got to give credit to Klingbeil. I mean, he played out of his mind. He had a .945 save percentage in tonight's performance. And there's honestly nothing you can do when a guy's saving 52 out of 55 shots.
Absolutely. UGA did everything they could, unfortunately fell short. UGA Hockey will be back next week, a game on Friday, and then a game on Sunday right here on the UGA Hockey YouTube channel. I'm Rim Grimsley, joined by Ryan Baxter, and for Evan and Nick, thank you for watching.